Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing an advice video for you guys, and I really enjoy doing these types of videos, and I know you guys like them too, and so you ask and you shall receive, because you asked on my previous video, or not my previous video, but my previous advice video, to see more types of advice-esque videos, and so that is what you guys are getting. And so today my topic is going to be like happiness and the basics of happiness, and I don't mean just here and there like little touches of, you know, like spurts of being happy, but long term. And this is a new year. But speaking of new year, I want to let you guys know that whenever you're watching this video, I don't know if you're watching it in 2014 January or if you're going to be watching it in the middle of 2014 or just whenever, you guys should know that you don't need a new year to be a new you. When you want to change, you can do it, guys. If you want things to change, you can't expect just everything around you to change for you without you even budging. You need to like work at it, and it won't just happen like with the snap of the finger. It will take many like months, weeks, years. I don't know. It took me probably a couple years to become fully happy, and I can truthfully say now that I am very happy with my life, and so I thought that it would be a good video for me to do for you guys. Many people suffer without having enough confidence in themselves, and therefore the people around them can't accept them either, because why should other people accept you if you can't even accept yourself? And that's like, it may sound deep, but it's truthfully not. Like, all you need to do is just do what you want to do, and people will see that if you're happy, then that'll make them happy also. Eventually I make a whole video about confidence, but I'm just touching like on the basics of happiness for now. Happiness also depends on the way that you look at life, whether it's like positive or negative, and obviously you always want to be positive about things, but people who say that they're positive aren't always positive about like the small things, and that's where it can really get you. And I'll talk about the small things like later on in this video, but right now I'm going to focus on having like a positive mindset. And so you guys are probably going to wonder why I have a cup of water in my hand, and what question do you guys think I'm going to ask? Dun, dun, dun. You probably think I'm going to ask, is this cup half full or half empty? And obviously if you're going to be an optimist in life, you would have to say that it is half full. I think that that's pretty self-explanatory, but that's not the question that I'm going to be asking you guys. I'm actually going to like explain something to you. So this cup of water, I don't know how much it weighs or anything, but I know that if I'm holding it here for a few minutes, like up in the air, my hand is probably going to start like cramping up a little bit. And don't like exit off this video if this sounds a little bit weird. Just hang in there with me. But if you're hanging on to it for like a couple of days, your arm may like lose feeling or something like that, and if you hold it on for more than a couple months, I'm pretty sure your arm will be gone by then. Now, don't quote me on any of that because I'm not positive about some of like those things that I said. They were just like examples, but what I'm getting at with that is how you hold things in. And so if you hold in some things for a couple hours, you may not explode really, but it'll start to build up in you. And if you hold things in for a couple weeks, then you'll get to the breaking point after a couple months of just not being able to hold it in any longer. And so when you start getting things in, the best thing is to let them out, whether it's through a journal, a diary, a friend, or just having a positive outcome in life also helps you not really have anything to hold in, because there's no grudges to hold in, no negativity, and nothing of that sort. Well, of course there'll always be like some things, but you'll be able to like look past those. Erasing negativity can sometimes be really hard, because sometimes that also means you have to cut some of really important people out of your life. But if someone makes you feel any less in any sort of way, you have the right to just walk away from those people and to cut those toxic people out of your life, because you don't want the weight of those people weighing you down like the cup of water will do eventually with holding it all in. It may seem a little harsh to just close the door on these sort of people, but you need to know that friends do build you up, they don't tear you down. Another way to erase negativity is through social media, and this may sound a little bit weird, but say you're on Tumblr and you start to see like negative posts or people posting like really skinny girls, and that can influence you in the teeniest way. Like sometimes it does to me too, because I'll look at one picture and I'll be like, oh, I wish I was that skinny, and then I'll start tearing myself apart. And so when you see something like that, just unfollow that page or anything like that. And that may seem like really small and it may have no impact on you, but trust me, it does. Like after a month of doing this, I realized that I was really starting to see the difference between positive and negative things, and it was really easy to differentiate the two. So after you have confidence in like the positive outlook on things, you really need to give yourself a chance to do what you want to do, and you can't knock yourself down even if you miss the first couple times. And this has to do with like dreams and stuff like that, and I will have a big video about that coming soon. Like, I've been planning that video for like months. But you need to stop saying, what if I can't, or what if I'm not able to do this by myself, and just give yourself a chance. This may sound really cliche, but just believe in yourself, because when you're older and your knees won't work and your memory is at a loss, you'll look back and really wish that you would have given yourself a chance sooner, when you had like the big drive and all the aspirations in life. There's also a fine difference between mistakes and regrets, because all of us have so many mistakes in our life, and you may regret some of those things, but that's where you need to like stop and just think about it, because if you regret something, that could have changed so much of your life up to this point, because in that regretted situation, you learned something that will carry on throughout your whole entire life. And sometimes you may look back on things and be like, if I wouldn't have done that one thing, then I would not be where I am right now. And if you're in a negative position, then maybe that is something that you'll say, oh, I regret that. But don't say that quite yet, because I can promise you that things are gonna look up if you have the courage to, just move on and push through life and have this positive outlook on everything. And I know that sounds so cliche, and I'm making it sound way easier than it probably is. Well, then it obviously is. Like, I've gone through some of the things that you guys have, and you guys may have like harder things to deal with than I do currently, but just take some of this advice from this video, even if it's one thing, because that can really just influence little aspects of your life and make a big difference. People look over a lot of little happy things in their life too often, and I think that we really need to start appreciate some of the small things in life, such as just somebody holding the door open for you, or somebody smiling at you across the hall. And that may seem so just like cheesy, but when I started looking at some of the tiniest things, it just made my day that much brighter. And at the end of the day, like literally at each end of the day, you can just look back and remember that one thing and be like, okay, so there was one good thing that happened this day. And maybe that's all that really matters at the end of the day, are some of the little kind acts that happen, that occur like throughout the week. And I don't know, just looking at those little things just makes me a really happy person, to know that each of those people can have such a tiny but huge influence on your life. So that is all for this video. I did not cover a lot of the things that I wish I could have, because those each individual things are going to be covered in some more bigger, like deep videos that I have coming up, and I'm really excited to share those with you guys soon, hopefully when I get the time and skills to do. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you can take something from it, and maybe this can be like your one happy thing of the day. I don't know, just try to start doing that, and at the end of the day just think, did anything happen this day that can make me smile? And if you can, I'm almost 100% sure that if you look really hard into each day, you can find one thing and just focus on that one thing, because I don't know, it just really helps me sleep at night. What? But yeah, if you want any helpful advice or you have any questions about any of this, just leave it below, and if I get enough questions or more advice videos, then I could just answer that in a complete different video, and I could start maybe like an advice series sort of thing. Yeah, so maybe that could be a thing. But yeah, like I said before, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!